Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I am asking, can the menopause cause sinus problems? If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. Are you finding that you're getting sinus problems? Maybe this is something that's just started, or if you're already prone to them, are you finding that you're getting them more often, they're worse, and they're lasting longer? Interestingly, this can be part of the menopause. So what I'm going to do today is look at how the menopause can affect the nose, how it can cause sinus problems, and what you can do to help yourself. So the main sinus problems would be blocked sinus, nasal congestion. So your sinuses are little spaces in the front part of the facial bones, and they come round here, up here, and round the top of the eyes. So very often these can get compacted, there can be a buildup of mucus, they can become infected, they can become inflamed, and that causes a lot of pressure, which then leads to discomfort and pain. So when the sinuses start to get blocked, you'll get the congestion, you can possibly get the headaches. You might find that your nose starts to get really dry. Maybe it gets more irritated. Maybe you're sneezing a lot more. And as I say, it can also be this pressure building up, which can give rise to really bad constant headaches or even migraines, and basically just constant or ongoing pain. So what causes this particular issue? We do know that falling estrogen can affect the mucous membrane, so it starts to dry everything out. If all of this area gets dry, you are more likely to get infections, you're more likely to get mucus production, because the body is trying desperately hard to produce more mucus to make up for the fact that the mucous membranes are drying out, and that will then lead to congestion. And it's quite interesting because a lot of women find that they're more prone to sinus infections or discomfort before a period. Some women find that this happens when they're pregnant. So it can all be due just to the fluctuating levels of estrogen affecting the mucous membranes in this whole area. It can also be due to weakened immune system, just making you more prone to infections. Again, with all the physical changes that are going on, with all the hormonal changes going on, this can impact on our immune system. It can make it that little bit weaker, and that can make you more vulnerable to these types of infections. So if you have found that this is something you're getting more of the further through the menopause you go, then again it may be due to the fact that your immune system is needing a little bit of support. With the weakened immune system, some women find that they may also get things like allergic rhinitis, and there's something called post-nasal drip. So you might find that there's a lump of mucus at the back of the throat that always seems to be there. You might be able to feel something dripping down the back of your throat, and you may find that when you try to cough to bring everything up, that nothing shifts at all. The other thing that can happen associated with the sinus problems is migraines and headaches. So if you imagine this whole area is really under a lot of pressure, that's going to then lead to headaches, and for some women it can trigger migraines as well. So what can you do to help this issue? You can look at nasal sprays, but just be really careful, because some of the conventional nasal sprays cause what's called a rebound. So you use the spray, it opens up the nose, you feel a lot more comfortable, and then an hour or two later everything just shuts again and you end up with the same problem. You have to take more spray to get more comfortable, and you can almost end up getting hooked on these sprays. You need to keep taking them in order to get the benefit. So you need to look at sprays that are not going to cause the rebound effect. So we do a really nice one called Sinuforce Blocked Nose Spray. So it can help with the blocked nose, it can help with the pressure, and just to ease possible congestion. The spray contains things like peppermint and eucalyptus and also chamomile, which is very soothing, because very often in these conditions, if the nasal passages get really dry, they can get irritated and they can get sore. So you want something that's really nice and soothing. We also have something called POHO oil, and the oil can be used for something called steaming. It's an old-fashioned remedy whereby you put specific oils in a bowl of hot water, you put a towel over your head, and you maybe spend 5 or 10 minutes just breathing the steam in. For some people, although it's a little bit time consuming, it can be a great way of easing the congestion and clearing out all the passages. So again, our POHO oil can be used. It's very strong, so you only need 1 or 2 drops in a bowl of water. You can also look at our Polinasan nasal spray. If it's more allergic rhinitis, if you find that you're sneezing, you're getting a lot more allergies, as well as the facial congestion, then our Polinasan nasal spray is licensed for the symptoms of allergies. You can also look at supporting your immune system, and at this particular moment in time, our immune systems may have been slightly compromised because we might not have been going out so much, we might not have been mixing socially so much, so our immune system has had less work to do over the last few years. You could look at herbs such as echinacea. This is known to help to support immune function. And remember, minerals such as zinc and your vitamin C and vitamin D, they can all help to support and improve immune function. If dryness is an issue, then you can look at a supplement called sea buckthorn oil. This is a great one because it works for dryness in all mucous membrane areas in the body, not just in the nose. So the sea buckthorn will help with dry eyes, dry mouth, vaginal dryness, bladder irritation, and lung queasiness as well. So, one more thing. For some women, food sensitivities can be part of the problem, and the 2 main culprits for sinus issues are wheat and dairy. So if you eat a lot of dairy products, cheese, yogurt and milk, or you tend to eat a lot of wheat in various forms like bread, biscuits, pasta, you might find that cutting these 2 foods down for a month might make a great deal of difference, especially in easing the production of mucus. So I hope you found this one helpful. If any of you out there have been experiencing this particular condition and you have found remedies that have really helped you, then please share. We would love to hear about them. And until then, I will see you next week for another edition of A. Vogel Talks Menopause.